Have you ever wondered why a breakup doesn't just feel sad? It feels like actual physical pain. Why you can't eat? Why you check their profile at 2 a.m. even though you know it'll hurt? Why weeks later, out of nowhere, a song or a smell brings the whole thing crashing back? You've probably been told, just move on, or give it time. But here's what nobody tells you. Your brain is not sad right now. Your brain is in withdrawal, the exact same kind of withdrawal seen in substance addiction. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening inside your head during a breakup, and more importantly, why it eventually stops. Let's get into it. When you fall in love, your brain floods with dopamine, the same chemical involved in reward and craving. Neuroscientist Helen Fisher studied this using brain scans and found that romantic love activates the same brain region as cocaine addiction, the ventral tegmental area. That's not a metaphor. Your brain treats your partner like a reward it has learned to crave. So when the relationship ends, your brain doesn't just lose a person, it loses its supply of that reward. And like any addiction, the removal triggers withdrawal. This is stage 1, the protest phase. In the days after a breakup, activity increases in brain regions tied to craving and obsession. This is why you replay conversations, why you reread old messages, why you can't stop checking if they've seen your story. You're not being needy, you're going through a neurological craving response. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Fisher's research found that when people looked at a photo of their ex right after a breakup, their brain activity resembled cocaine cravings in addicts. Not sadness, craving. That's stage 2. The brain begins bargaining. This is why people send that one text at midnight, why you convince yourself, maybe if I just explain things one more time. That's not weakness, that's your brain trying to get its reward back. Exactly the way an addict's brain pushes for one more hit. Now let's talk about the physical pain part, because this one surprises people the most. A study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that the brain processes rejection and breakup using the same regions involved in physical pain: the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. This is why heartbreak isn't just an expression. Your brain genuinely registers it as pain. Some studies even found that taking Tylenol slightly reduced participants' emotional pain scores after a breakup, because the brain doesn't fully separate emotional pain from physical pain. That's why a breakup can leave you feeling physically exhausted, why your chest tightens, why some people describe it as an actual ache. Then comes the part almost nobody talks about: withdrawal from oxytocin and vasopressin, the bonding hormones released through touch, intimacy, and closeness. During a relationship, these chemicals build a sense of safety and attachment. When the relationship ends, that supply stops instantly. Combined with dropping dopamine, this is why the first 2 to 3 weeks after a breakup often feel the most unbearable. Your brain is going through actual chemical withdrawal, not just emotional sadness. But here's the part that matters most. This phase is temporary. Neuroscience shows that craving-related brain activity peaks early and then gradually declines over time as new neural pathways form and old ones weaken from disuse. This is called synaptic pruning. Literally, your brain rewiring itself to stop associating that person with reward. This is also why no contact works. Every time you check their profile or reread old texts, you reactivate the craving circuit, like an addict relapsing. But every day without contact, allows those pathways to weaken. This isn't just an emotional decision. It's neurological healing. Eventually, the brain enters what researchers call the resolution phase, where activity shifts from the craving centers into areas responsible for emotional regulation and long-term reasoning like the prefrontal cortex. This is the stage where people say, I finally feel like myself again. That's not just a feeling, it's your brain literally reorganizing which regions are driving your thoughts. So to answer the question we opened with, what's actually happening in your brain during a breakup? You're not just sad. You're going through a real measurable withdrawal. Dopamine drops, bonding hormones disappear, and your brain processes it through the same pathways as physical pain and addiction recovery. But that also means something important. Just like any withdrawal, it does end. Your brain is not broken, it's healing, one pathway at a time. If this helped you understand what you're going through or what someone you love is going through, subscribe, because next week we're covering something just as important. Why some people can't stop checking their ex's profile weeks later, even when they know it hurts. If you've ever done that, you already know that's the video you need to see.
If you found this useful, do me a favor. Hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.